Good evening, my friends. Welcome back. I am your host, Rene, and this is another episode of your Brain Jewels. So, I am only coming over here for one reason. Drum roll, please. It's a new moon. It's a freaking new moon tonight, okay? And I just want to say before we get started, okay, I'm not going to hold you long because I don't. I don't. But you like what I have to say because obviously you guys are watching and oh, I thank you so much. Just drop me a few little comments within, and I know that you are here with me, okay? Now, we're going to take a little pause for the cause. I'm going to prep up so that I can clear the energy and the space and all of those good things. But before we take that pause so I can prep, I need you to go down to the bottom first. Don't do your girl wrong and hit the bell so you can be notified when I drop this content. And I want you to subscribe. I have other media content over here as well, something that guaranteed to crack you up and give you some insight and some information. I brought my fire friends with me tonight. My candles are lit. Yes, not probably for a long time, but they are back here because you know me. I break shit on here and get a little clumsy and I don't want to knock some shit over and then you see my display and everything catch on fire on the video. So hold on one moment. We'll be right back in a second. And we're back. Okay, so I got my little microphone check, microphone check. I got my mic on me. Okay, I got my obsidian. All right, I purchased this in Cozumel when I went on a cruise, which also, if you were to look at the eclipse, you can put this over your eye and it would basically protect you and you still would be able to see it. Pretty fucking dope. Okay. So I'm here for it and I need it on me. Okay. And it brings good luck. I'm going to tell you also what obsidian does, but I'm going to close that off with the end of the show. So first and foremost, I like to, of course, get us ready. And I want you to close your eyes and I'm just going to do some sound cleansing, healing for a moment. And just again, just focus in, take some breaths, breathe. And we're going to clear the energy. And if you're sensitive to any sounds or anything, might be a part where you might want to mute or, kind of push forward. But we won't be that long. Ashe. Yes. I love it. Nice little sound cleansing to, cleanse the day off and everything. And one more thing that I want to do because, I always talk about it and I never actually really incorporate it, but I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do my big one with my big one, my yin and yang white sage, just so I can clear my space and my energy and, hopefully to give out the information and the jewels to you all where it is protected and nothing comes back to me in my space. So I'm going to cleanse this energy. I want to cleanse within what we have going on. Myself, of course, as I give you what I need you to have. It's the zebra for me, okay? Not like they're like, a favorite animal of mine. But I'm just saying, I just love the fucking look of it. It don't take me to have too much to grab me in for a good time or for entertainment or to admire something. It's always the small things for me. So that we've cleansed the space and everything. You guys, again, welcome back. And I just want to say, your girl has a whole pony. Okay, now listen, that means locks are growing. I'm taking care of myself, body, internally and externally, and putting in some right goodness in my life, because I need it in my life. Yes, I want it in my life. Yup, come put it in my life. Yes, because we need the goodies in our life to go around and function. Now, last time I left you off here, and we had a lot of shit going on. We still have a lot of things going on. Even for this month, we got a lot of stuff going on. Let's talk about the spring equinox that's coming up, okay? Come on through, spring, with your big one and change this goddamn weather for the good of it all. But like I said, the groundhog said he saw his shadow, which he's drunk. He's on shit. I wouldn't trust anything that comes out of a fucking ground. Like, he really knows what he's talking about. Oh, we're gonna get 6 more weeks of winter. Go in the house, you groundhog, and go take another drink of something, because you're drunk. You're drunk out here like a skunk. But anyway, whatever. I'm mid-Atlantic, and Baltimore weather is it does what it does. But anyway, I left you all with the full moon, and then so now we have a new moon. And I just want to say, so that you can just gain some clarity with full moon and, of course, new moon, and the full moon we had, which was full of all kinds of shit. Lunar eclipse. We're, dealing with the Mercury retrograde, which is ending, thank you, God, this week. But again, it helped me. This go round. I was for it. And it had a lot to do with my sign. And I'm not going to get all the way into Virgo World 101 and all of that good stuff. But I'm going to blow that out. But anyway, as I was saying, we went through a lot. And so when you think about the moons, I want you to think about full moon is like you're being at a table and you're full and you're like, oh, I need to expel this gas. I need to clear some air. And that's what full moons is all about. You're full, get up from the table, release shit that's no longer serving you. Like, you can't take another fucking bite. New moon is like, well, we cleared all that out. I sat on the toilet. I got myself together. Had a ginger ale. I feel like myself. I'm back. My palate's clean. My system feels good. And so what is it now that you want? I'm going to start a new plate. And so therefore, that's when you start grabbing little things as far as, again, to bring into life, asking what it is that you want. Again, it is in a sense of a release as well, which you can do. But this is when you really go into it and really trying to gain and manifestations and all of that stuff happens before the moon actually hits. So if you haven't been doing your work several days before, it's a little behind, but there are some things you still can do. Like full moon water, you really technically don't want to be drinking all of that. It's very volatile, especially if you're dealing with a lunar eclipse with it. You want to use that as a reserve to clean your spaces, clear energy, your house, whatever. Dab within corners, entries, things of that nature, like protection boundaries and blocking stuff out. Now, the new moon water, that's a little different. That's going to give you more of like that Popeye feeling, you're re-energizing, you're starting anew. Okay. And we're coming into, as I like to call it, the new year, because we're bringing ourselves into the spring season. So this is where we are. Now, first and foremost that I want to actually see is to know or ask you, and if you did experience this, don't be scared and shy. Please, honey, leave a comment down at the bottom, because I want to hear from you and I want to know, are you getting and feeling what I'm feeling or what others may have been feeling? Did you experience, as to know, and we're still dealing with it, the ascension? This is Mother Nature's flu. This is her getting up the guts, puking shit up out that's no longer serving the earth and the grounds. The ascension is taking us from 3D to 5D. Have you experienced, or are you experiencing that? Do you even know what I'm talking about? And if you don't, I'm going to bring you into it. Okay, so sit down around the fire pit, children, and listen to a wonderful story about how that went out. So here we are, based on spiritual and metaphysical perspectives shared in early 2026. The ascension from 3D, third dimension, to 5D, fifth dimension, okay, is described as an ongoing gradual process rather than a single instant event on a specific date. All right, so this is when you're elevating and you're changing, and if it's something you're ready for and you're feeling it, and you're already on these baselines of knowing what you have been going through and experiencing, because as the mother nature of within earth, clearing and cleansing all the guck, it's the same of what we're doing and what you've been experiencing probably within you clearing your guck. However, the year of 2026 is highlighted as a significant milestone in this transition, with discussions within describing it as a time when a big shift occurs. And a major change in frequency is described, and as continuing into 2026, described as a conductor's first downbeat for a new era of consciousness. Think about your dreams lately. Mine have been like watching fucking shows after I cut my TV off at night and go to bed. Like the show picks up and they're like, what show is this? Okay. And it's very vivid and clear, like to the point where I already know. Now, scary shit, but not really, because I'm one of them people, which I'm considering myself to kind of be a little dabbler in a sense, if you will, to call me a little bit more of like a black witch. But I am not black within for the darkness of anything. I think I'm more on green witchery, if you will, but we're not going to talk about that right now. But anyway, had a dream where I was outside and the sky, or not more the sky, but the outside world looked exactly how the back blue wall of my room looks right here. And all these planets were right there in alignment, like as if they were right in my face, not up in the sky. They were like beelined in my face. And they weren't to the point of looking like our normal planets. They were a little razzle dazzled and remixed. But I was like, yeah, I think they belong within our solar system. But it was something that they were still, they weren't moving, and they were right within beeline, which gave me the insight. I'm in tune and in alignment. So I don't, again, know if you've been experiencing this, but this is what I've been going through. So consciousness splits, accelerates. The shift is characterized as a move from fear-based 3D to love-based 5D. It's the love base. Love. Because we Love around here. E. Okay. With 2026 acting as a sacred threshold for this transformation, vibrational change, it is viewed as a split in vibration and awareness rather than a physical separation of the planet. So, again, this belongs to metaphysical, spiritual, new age belief. It is not recognized as a scientific event. Everyone's not going to go through this as far as within the same timing. Now, the dates, while the ascension is described as a process, some interpretations highlight certain dates for this heightened energy. So January 3rd, think back, wasn't too far. It was a rare double perigee, event with a wolf supermoon and Earth at the perihelion, which I know it's closest to the sun, which some interpret as a powerful cosmic alignment. So think about the 2 days after the beginning of the year, okay? Late February, March, where we are now, area, which is a rare 6-planet planetary parade, okay? Or alignment, as I just told you about my dream, with special prominence around February 28th of 2026. Many practitioners and they empathize that the ascension is a personal journey, and it is. And again, you wouldn't be tapping into this channel and content if this isn't the type of wavelength you've already are on. Maybe you just need a little tour guide to help you through to understand it a little bit better, because your curiosity is not killing the cat. Okay, baby? Okay. So basically, it's going to be a personal journey raising one's own vibration. And not everyone, again, is going to choose to, or they're going to be ready to do it. And it's just, again, like you buying tickets for a ride at the fair. Do you want to go on that? Are you scared of heights? Do you want to do the loop-de-loops? Or you're like, nah, I'll just hold everybody's shit and wait for y'all to get off. You know, and that's how you have to look at it, of what you've been feeling. I have been sleeping really decent, kind of in the sense like I'm fucking sick, like a newborn baby to an extent, but not really. But again, that's because of the fact of I'm flushing. My system has been cleansing itself out. I have chose to eat differently. Some within this elevation, you don't even have an appetite sometimes. You are really to the point of fatigued, and you're really trying to figure out, like, what's wrong with me? And it's just nothing but you transforming and elevating yourself higher. And when you're tapped in with everything within the third eye, and your conscious and subconscious, and you're really in tune with the clues that the earth is giving you, you're ready. I've been ready. Okay, and I know I have. I know the type of person I am, and this is why I decided I really wanted to do this content and really wanted to share it, with everyone. And again, those first 30 seconds of viewing really helps a girl, okay? And to hit the thumbs up, so it can populate around in this world called YouTube. Us small content creators, we want to be seen also. So with the fact that I have so many of my followers here that really keep coming back like he said he would, and see spirit floating through, and that's what gives me these songs that just come out of nowhere. But yeah, so other than that, thank you. I appreciate you for doing it, and I appreciate that. So let's get back into this new moon. Okay, so as we are coming into our spring equinox, and we are climbing and elevating as we are as beings, I did, pick up some new trinkets, okay? And I like to always let you guys know, the type of stones or crystals that I'm going to be using for this new moon situation. Now, I don't really like to switch up but so much as far as with the crystals that I do have. I tend to use them, throughout in variations of different moons, and also for the fact that, it still is something that I'm working on. And, you can't just keep jumping around like, some women out here on one pair of pants to another. But, you gotta let the crystals help within the resonate within for you as well. So with that being said, let's talk about some rituals that you can do for tonight. Okay. And also maybe you pre-started last night. But here are the things that you want to focus on setting your intentions. Okay, you want to clear your space. You're clearing stagnant energy. You want to embrace new starts. As I said, newness. It's what we're replenishing. We're putting some good things on our plate, so we can basically take that in. And some key practices, basically, because you want to, pretty much just start very small in a sense. Journaling. So this is my journal. Okay. Yeah. Be the motherfucking hero. I know it don't say that, but this is my journal, and inside I have a special pen that I journal with that has amethyst crystals inside of it. So, I love to write, and especially for the fact I need a new journal, because that's we getting down to the bear in the back to like only a couple of pages left. Okay, so also, like I said, do your writing, write down your goals, journal. Create a vision board. Vision boards are good because, like I said, some people take the beginning of the year as January. You can start right now. This is when the energy starts to wake up. We start to vibe better. We have more clarity. We're seeing better. We're coming out of that hibernation stage because of the fact it's warming up, and like the animals start moving, so do we. What are we? What are we? Okay, exactly. So, again, creating a vision board. And sometimes, even if you've done a vision board like last year, sometimes you can still add to and keep focusing in, because you still are working on those things that are visually there that you want to make happen. So it doesn't always mean you always have to create a new vision board every year, but it's something that if you haven't done it in a while, you've already surpassed and moved forward within what you visioned and it happened, then perfect. Okay. Another thing is using crystals like labradorite. Mm-hmm. And cleansing your spaces with smoke, as you know, with me and the sage. And you know, it's powerful time for manifesting your desires and initiating new projects, new habits. You know, find your new, set your intentions, write down your goals, desires and intentions for upcoming, and use your you know, candles. You know, there are certain candles you can use to bring in your intuitions, is holding them close to you, saying it, speaking it, writing it down. Words that inspire you to visually map out your desires, clear your space using some sage, some palo santo, or incense to clear out your space and that old energy. And when you're doing sage work, especially by your door, make sure you open your door to let all of what was in out. Okay, so you can let it go out. No matter how many doors you got, front door, back door, basement door. Maybe I'm talking about my house. But yes, let it all out. Say your intentions and speak it around to clear your area, your space, your bed, your bedroom. You know, ask for good dreams, good sleep. Um, charging your crystals, labradorite to help regain energy and nourish your spirit. I'm going to talk about some others as well, but I had the labradorite for the full moon. I have lapidolite now. That's one that I'm currently, I just purchased. Create your new moon water. Yes, set a jar of water out in the moonlight and let that resonate. Yep, like I said, you can have a little bit of that, drink that. Also, you can plant seeds, sit quietly, do some meditation, reflect in, and then give out, and then push away, and then recreate, and then bring in the newness of what you're looking for as this new cycle, as this new season. Everything again, it's starting anew. We feel so much better when the temperatures are better. You know, all of us has been experiencing this crazy ass weather. You know, we were on tornado watch the other night. High winds. We were at 70 fucking something degrees for 4 days or so, and then it came and the bottom dropped out. Everybody, like I said, Mother Nature, everybody's not sick. Everybody don't have a flu. It's the changes of the transitions that you're going through. So embrace it. I know it's wearing me out in some little ways, but you know, in order to make things happen, yeah, it's always a diamond in the rough. You just gotta make sure you're ready to, you know, be prepared to shine. Be specific again, like I said, when you're speaking your intentions. Clear and intentional with your wording. Be careful because your words are also casting little small spells in the universe. Reflect and think about again what has gone well and what hasn't, and set the scene. Create a quiet, sacred space with candles, music, and cushion, so you can get yourself, you know, comfortable. We're gonna take a pause for the cause, and I'll be back. And we're back, my beautiful friends. So, as I said, last time I told you I wanted to get some Moldavite, didn't get a chance to, so I had the Mossagate, which was cool. That was fine for me. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to my circus. I got my Moldavite. I got it. I'm so happy. And I'm going to take it out the bag now. If you don't know, you don't know. Moldavite is expensive, okay? It's very expensive. It's very fragile. It's something you don't just sit out. You got to keep this, like, you know, in the dark places. And keep it to the point where, again, it's not going to get ruined. Do you see that? Look at that right there. That is beautiful. It looks like moss, obviously. It's green. And I just want to share with you that it's, when you get Moldavite, they will give you, and you need a certificate of authenticity, okay? Which, if you don't have this shit ain't real, all right? And it says, this certifies that your Moldavite is guaranteed to be natural and was mined in the Czech Republic, okay? Moldavite is a rare tektite impact glass created by a meteor 15 million years ago. It is only found in the Czech Republic, It has a hardness of 5.5 and specific gravity of 2.32 to 2.38. Yes, your direct source of moldavite. Yes. This right here. This, I couldn't wait. I was so excited. I'm so excited. I couldn't wait to get it. And I also got some new news, as I told you I would. And I have my black... This is black kyanite. Kyanite. You see that? Looks kind of like I stole it off of Game of Thrones, right? Somewhere off of the the Iron Throne. But yes, you see that? Now this is awesome. Black kyanite is a powerful, high vibration, aluminum rich silicate mineral often found in fan-shaped blade-like formations, primarily from Brazil. It's renowned in metaphysical practices for clearing negative energy, providing protection and grounding. It is associated with the earth star chakra and does not require cleansing. Yeah, we don't got to cleanse this one, baby. We can leave it alone. It will clean itself like cats. Clean themselves. Okay? It is this deep charcoal and inky black, often in that shape. Again, it's considered a great awakener that creates and protective etheric bubble around the aura. It is used for cutting energetic bonds, for removing unwanted energies, and deep meditation. So I can use that stone within my meditation. Grounding and protection, known to provide strong grounding, stability, and comfort. It's associated again with the Earth Star. And again, we don't need to clean it. We don't need to smudge it. We don't need to do anything with it. Now, I do have my labradorite, I'm sorry, which I'm using this stone for the new moon. And I also have my moonstone that I'm also using for this new moon, because I always tend to use my moonstone for my moons. I will use, again, and hold within my moldavite, because I definitely want to keep that within for me for grounding. And again, I do have the lapidolite, and I did leave it on the other side. I'm so sorry. Hold on a moment, because I know you love me. All right, I'm back. The lapidolite. This one right here. This one right here, it's a lilac purple pinkish color. I don't know if you can really see it. This is really pretty. It's lithium rich mica mineral found in granite, pegmatites, if I said that correctly. And it's known for its calming properties and crystal healing, and it's basically good. It's found also in Madagascar. The functions as a major lithium source. It is essential for batteries. Metaphysically, it's regarded as a stone of transition and healing. And it's a good stone, I think, to use for the new moon, especially within how the full moon transition and showed us within, of course, who you are, who we are not, who we need to be, and moving forward. It helps reduce stress and it stabilizes emotions. So I think that's really, pretty awesome as well within, what I'm going to be working with. Now, I did, again, find and did my research. As you know, this is my go-to Bible book, one of them. And yes, the moldavite, again, it works, with, again, connecting to divine, calming anxiety and doubts, raising vibration, promoting meaningful dreams, and rejuvenation. What? Sing it. Sing the praises. Okay. Again, got to keep it away. Keep it hidden. Keep it to, where it needs to be. And of course, the kyanite, again, works with all colors between any two crystals to help facilitate movement of one energy to another. And the next time we get here, I'm going to talk about the crystal mapping, okay, to kind of help you out with how you can set your crystals up within working with one to the other. This helps creating pathways from one thing to another, clearing blockages, getting you out of a rut, facilitating communication, and also that's more of the blue one, loyalty and fairness, memory recall, and grounding, and that's the black. And that's why I wanted that kind of night. So again, I pulled my card. As you know, the stones that I'm using, which are more like, a difference within the grayish blues and the white within the moonstone. Also, I'm gonna use my clear quartz, of course. And so my card for this new moon is I have permission. Okay, I have permission. Pulled this from, again, my deck. And yeah, I don't need to ask permission to do whatever I want to do. If I want to give and be nice and kind, if I want to take and have time for myself and be selfish, and I don't have to ask anybody's permission to be able to be allowed to do it. If I want to be as freaky as I want to be, in the sheets, I can do that, because I think if I don't ask permission and I just do it, then I think the other person will definitely appreciate it and be on a different experience and journey. Now, speaking of which, and then I'm going to sign off and leave you guys here. Again, I said, we are coming into the spring equinox. Be very careful with your spring equinox. Spring, again, it creates life, rebirth as far as producing, okay? The earth produces, the grounds will open, it'll be warm, the grass will grow, the flowers will bloom, the bees, everybody within will be out and about and just enjoying the wonders of the weather, the warmth. But to heighten your sex during spring or within for yourself, because this is where everybody starts really kind of getting popping, because next it's summer and then it's going to get hotter, then you're going to have more freaky deeks outside. But I wanted to date just the obsidian. The obsidian helps with aura cleansing, grounding, releasing anger and resentment, protection against negative energy. But also, it wasn't more so. I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't mean the obsidian. That's not even... My obsidian is here. I meant the onyx. You know where my mind is. I'm sorry. The onyx, you guys. This is my onyx, okay? Onyx, you can get them in beads, stones, okay? Onyx helps with grounding. There we go. Absorbing excessive sexual desire, improving harmony in intimate relationships, improving self-control, calming worry and tension, and soothing nightmares. Okay. Absorbing excessive sexual desires. This just helps me say you're going to have more within a good balance to your sex. That obsidian, yes, onyx. I'm sorry, not obsidian, onyx. And I'm on onyx. It's a variety of shalacedony. That's how we're going to call that. With parallel bands in the stone. It is a protective and grounding stone that can also aid in manifestation, and it can help balance excessive sexual desires, which I think the balance is going to get you exactly what you need with this onyx. Okay, so that's just maybe I need to keep that out for my moon tonight. Okay, anyway, I'm done. I'm losing it. It's getting late. And therefore, there you have it. So, I am Rene. That is another Brain Jewels for you guys. I will see you back another time. And hey, if you want me to go live with this on a night when we get our next moon, let me know. Leave it in the comments. I would love to kiki with you guys live. This would be so fun. We can get our little, wine, my little raspberry sparkling right here. And you can get your little J or your L's or whatever, and let's just have a good time, and let's join each other, and let's meet each other, and let's talk about how we're transforming together in this thing called the world on this planet Earth. Okay, so good night, you guys. Peace. Bye.